In today's noisy and pressure-filled world, have you ever asked yourself, how can I truly live a meaningful life? Each day, we are swept up in a whirlwind of work, expectations, and endless comparisons. But in doing so, are we losing touch with the most important thing, our connection to ourselves? Stoicism, a treasure trove of timeless wisdom that has endured for thousands of years, offers invaluable lessons on facing adversity and living a fulfilled life. Marcus Aurelius, the resilient Roman emperor, once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not external events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This isn't just a reminder, it's an invitation to transform the way we live, focusing on what we can control and finding peace in the present moment. In this video series, we'll explore 15 secrets from Stoicism that can change your life. From letting go of comparisons and finding strength in stillness, to building unshakable inner resilience. Each principle is a step toward freedom and lasting happiness. If you're searching for peace, inspiration, or simply a deeper understanding of yourself, this is the place for you. Click subscribe now so you don't miss out on this life-changing content. And don't forget to share your thoughts by leaving a comment below. We'd love to hear which secret resonates with you the most. Are you ready to transform the way you see your life? Begin your journey of self-discovery and inner strength today. Secret 1. Anchor yourself in what you can control. A Stoic perspective on peace and strength. Life often feels like a storm, filled with challenges, uncertainties, and forces beyond our control. Relationships shift, unexpected events disrupt our plans, and the world's chaos often threatens to consume us. It's easy to feel overwhelmed, powerless, or even lost when confronted with these realities. Yet, Stoic philosophy offers a lifeline, the profound and liberating idea that true strength lies not in controlling the external, but in mastering our internal world. The Stoic principle of focusing on what you can control is not just a piece of ancient wisdom, it's a roadmap to inner peace and resilience. Epictetus, one of the great Stoic philosophers, famously stated, "It is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This simple yet profound idea reminds us that while the external world may be chaotic, our responses are entirely within our power. Imagine a ship in a stormy sea. The captain cannot calm the waves or stop the wind, but they can adjust the sails, steer the rudder, and guide the ship to safety. Similarly, we cannot dictate the actions of others, prevent every mishap, or control the outcomes of our efforts. However, we can guide our thoughts, regulate our emotions, and choose our actions. The liberating power of letting go, when we attempt to control the uncontrollable, whether it's someone else's behavior, the economy, or even the weather, we expend energy fruitlessly, leading to frustration and anxiety. Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor and Stoic thinker, urged himself in his meditations, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." These words echo across centuries, a timeless call to focus our efforts where they matter most. Letting go of the need to control external outcomes doesn't mean indifference or passivity. On the contrary, it is an active practice of redirecting energy toward what can be shaped, our attitudes, decisions, and values. This shift in perspective can transform not only how we navigate life's challenges, but also how we experience its joys. Practical application: the dichotomy of control. To integrate this Stoic principle into your daily life, start by practicing what Epictetus called the dichotomy of control. Break down situations into two categories: things within your control, your thoughts, choices, and actions; things beyond your control, other people's opinions, outcomes of your efforts, or random events. The key is to focus solely on the first category while releasing attachment to the second. For example, if a colleague criticizes your work unfairly, you can't control their opinion, but you can control your response. Will you react with anger, or will you calmly address the critique? If you face an unexpected setback, you can't undo what happened, but you can decide how to proceed, either by giving up or finding a new path forward. This mindset not only reduces unnecessary stress, but also empowers you to take ownership of your life, reclaiming energy and clarity. When you focus on what you can control, you reclaim the energy often wasted on worry and resentment. Instead of ruminating over external forces, you channel your efforts into areas where you can make a meaningful impact. This clarity allows you to approach life with confidence and composure, even amid uncertainty. Consider the wisdom of Zeno, the founder of Stoicism. He compared life to a banquet. You cannot control the dishes served, but you can control how you partake. By savoring what is offered without grasping for more, you cultivate gratitude and serenity. This metaphor illustrates the essence of anchoring yourself in what you can control, living fully within the moment and appreciating what is within your reach. What storms are you facing today? Are you wrestling with forces beyond your control, exhausting yourself in the process? Take a moment to pause and reflect. Ask yourself, what can I influence in this situation? What is outside my power? Shift your focus to what is truly yours to shape. As you embrace this practice, you'll discover a profound freedom. No longer burdened by the need to manage the uncontrollable, you can channel your energy into what truly matters: your character, your actions, and your peace of mind. Anchoring yourself in what you can control is not just a strategy for surviving life's challenges, it's a philosophy for thriving within them. With every small step, you embody the wisdom of the Stoics, transforming chaos into calm and reclaiming the strength that has always been within you. Secret 2. Value solitude, the Stoic art of embracing time alone. In a world that rarely slows down, where distractions are constant and silence often feels like a void to be filled, the idea of valuing solitude can seem foreign, even uncomfortable. Yet, within the framework of Stoic philosophy lies a profound truth. Solitude is not isolation, but an opportunity. It is a chance to deepen our understanding of ourselves, sharpen our focus, and discover the quiet strength that lies within. The Stoics, from Marcus Aurelius to Epictetus, understood that the world outside is often chaotic, but within us exists a sanctuary of calm, a place we can access when we embrace solitude. Marcus Aurelius reflected on this in Meditations, writing, "Nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul." This is not a call to withdraw from the world indefinitely, but an invitation to pause, reflect, and reconnect with what truly matters. Solitude as a gateway to clarity. In solitude, we strip away the noise and expectations of the external world. It is here, in the quiet moments, that we can examine our thoughts, question our priorities, and realign ourselves with our values. Imagine sitting in stillness, free from the pull of social media, emails, or the constant chatter of modern life. What would you hear in the silence? Likely, it is the voice of your true self, the one that often gets drowned out by external demands. Epictetus emphasized this power of introspection, teaching, "If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid." His words remind us that seeking solitude, while it may seem countercultural, is not a withdrawal from the world, but a deeper engagement with it. In taking time for ourselves, we cultivate the clarity and wisdom needed to navigate life with purpose. The courage to be alone. Many people fear solitude because it forces them to confront uncomfortable truths. Without distractions, we may encounter doubts, regrets, or fears we've been avoiding. However, these moments of discomfort are not to be feared, but embraced. They are opportunities for growth. Zeno of Citium, the founder of Stoicism, taught that adversity, even self-imposed moments of introspection, is the pathway to wisdom. By leaning into solitude, we begin to understand ourselves better, building the resilience needed to face life's challenges head-on. Transforming solitude into strength. To truly value solitude, we must approach it intentionally. Solitude is not merely being alone, it is about how we use that time. Here are practical steps inspired by Stoic teachings to make solitude meaningful. Set a time for reflection. Dedicate a few minutes each day to sit quietly, free from distractions. Use this time to reflect on your actions, emotions, and thoughts. Ask yourself, did I live today in alignment with my values? Journal your thoughts. Marcus Aurelius used his writings to process emotions and clarify his philosophy. You can do the same. Writing is a powerful tool to explore your inner world and uncover patterns that may be holding you back. Seek silence. In a noisy world, silence is a gift. Turn off your devices, close your eyes, and simply be present. In these moments, you may find answers to questions you didn't know you had. Embrace nature. The Stoics often found inspiration in the natural world. A walk alone in a park or forest can ground you, providing perspective on the interconnectedness of life. Connection through solitude. Paradoxically, valuing solitude can improve your relationships. When you know yourself deeply, you bring clarity and authenticity to your interactions with others. Instead of relying on external validation, you offer a sense of calm and stability that draws people toward you. The Stoics believed that true connection begins with self-awareness. A modern challenge. In today's hyper-connected age, solitude can feel like a luxury, but it is a necessity. The constant flow of information and the societal pressure to always be on can erode our mental well-being. By intentionally carving out time for solitude, you reclaim control over your mind and emotions. As Marcus Aurelius wisely observed, the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. Solitude allows us to examine and choose those thoughts carefully, ensuring that our inner world remains a place of peace and purpose. Take a moment now to consider. When was the last time you truly embraced solitude? Not as a space to fill with distractions, but as a retreat to nurture your inner self. The Stoics remind us that solitude is not something to fear, but a powerful tool to cultivate wisdom and strength. In the quiet moments, we find clarity. In stillness, we discover resilience. And through solitude, we reconnect with the essence of who we are. Embrace the practice of solitude and watch as it transforms not only your relationship with yourself, but also your ability to navigate the complexities of life. Secret 3. Cultivate gratitude, a Stoic path to inner fulfillment. In a society that often measures success by what we accumulate, wealth, achievements, or accolades, it's easy to overlook a simple yet transformative truth. Fulfillment comes not from acquiring more, but from appreciating what we already have. The ancient Stoics, masters of inner peace and resilience, understood this deeply. They taught that gratitude is not merely a fleeting emotion, but a discipline, a mindset that reshapes how we view our lives and the world around us. Epictetus, one of the great Stoic philosophers, expressed this beautifully. He is a wise man who does not grieve for the things which he has not, but rejoices for those which he has. These words invite us to pause and consider, how often do we focus on what's missing rather than savoring what's present? The Stoic foundation of gratitude. At its core, gratitude in Stoicism is about perspective. It is the conscious practice of shifting our attention from what we lack to what we possess. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, reminded himself daily to be thankful for the blessings of life, no matter how small or mundane. When you arise in the morning, he wrote, think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to think, to enjoy, to love. This practice isn't about ignoring life's hardships or pretending challenges don't exist. Instead, it's about balancing the scales. By grounding ourselves in gratitude, we equip ourselves to face difficulties with greater clarity and resilience. The power of gratitude in daily life. Gratitude is more than a feeling. It is a skill that can be cultivated. When practiced consistently, it transforms how we interact with the world. Consider how different your day might feel if, instead of lamenting a traffic jam, you appreciated the opportunity to listen to a favorite podcast or enjoy a moment of reflection. Instead of fixating on career frustrations, you focused on the skills you've gained or the colleagues who inspire you. This shift in focus has profound implications for mental health. Modern psychology echoes the Stoic insight that gratitude reduces anxiety, fosters resilience, and enhances overall well-being. By appreciating what we have, we create a buffer against the dissatisfaction and restlessness that often plague modern life. Practical steps to cultivate gratitude. The Stoics didn't just theorize about gratitude, they lived it. Here are actionable ways to bring this principle into your daily routine. Morning reflections. Begin each day by identifying 3 things you're grateful for. These can be as simple as a good night's sleep, the warmth of the sun, or the companionship of a loved one. Evening. Gratitude journal. Before bed, reflect on the day and write down moments you appreciated. Did someone show you kindness? Did you accomplish something meaningful? These reflections deepen your sense of gratitude. Practice negative visualization. A uniquely Stoic exercise, negative visualization involves imagining life without the things or people you value. This isn't to evoke sadness, but to heighten your appreciation for them. For instance, picture a week without your favorite hobby or the support of a close friend. When you return to reality, you'll likely feel a renewed sense of gratitude. Express gratitude to others. Take time to thank those who make a difference in your life. A heartfelt note or a simple acknowledgement can strengthen relationships and remind you of the interconnectedness of your experiences. Gratitude amid challenges. The Stoics were no strangers to hardship. Marcus Aurelius ruled an empire during plagues and wars, yet he consistently sought to find meaning and gratitude, even in adversity. How? By reframing challenges as opportunities for growth. When life feels overwhelming, gratitude might seem out of reach. But it is precisely in these moments that it becomes most powerful. Reflect on what the difficulty is teaching you. Perhaps it's resilience, patience, or the value of support from others. Gratitude doesn't erase pain, but it gives us the strength to endure it with grace. Why gratitude matters. Today, in a fast-paced, consumer-driven world, the practice of gratitude is more essential than ever. Social media bombards us with curated images of others' lives, often making us feel inadequate or left behind. The Stoics remind us that contentment isn't found by chasing what others have, but by cherishing what we already possess. Imagine the freedom of no longer measuring your worth by external standards. Gratitude liberates us from the endless cycle of comparison and consumption. It shifts our focus inward, where true fulfillment resides. Pause for a moment and consider, what are you grateful for right now? Perhaps it's the comfort of your chair, the rhythm of your breath, or the lessons you've learned from life's trials. These moments of appreciation are the seeds of a Stoic mindset. The practice of gratitude, as taught by the Stoics, is not about ignoring life's imperfections, but about embracing its richness. When we cultivate gratitude, we align ourselves with the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, and Zeno. We learn to see life not as a series of deficits, but as a canvas painted with countless blessings. So, let gratitude guide you. In the small, quiet moments of appreciation, you'll discover not only a profound sense of peace, but also the strength to face whatever lies ahead. After all, the greatest treasures in life are often the ones already within our grasp. Secret 4. Release external validation. Finding true freedom within. In a world that thrives on likes, shares, and public recognition, the pursuit of external validation has become second nature for many. We seek approval from colleagues, friends, and even strangers, believing that their recognition somehow defines our worth. But the Stoics, ancient philosophers known for their wisdom and clarity, remind us of a transformative truth. True freedom lies not in the hands of others, but within ourselves. Epictetus, the freed slave who became one of Stoicism's greatest teachers, put it plainly: "If you wish to be free, do not concern yourself with what others think of you." These words challenge us to let go of the relentless chase for external validation, and instead anchor our self-worth in our own values and actions. The trap of external validation. The desire for approval is deeply human. From childhood, we are conditioned to seek praise for our achievements and reassurance for our choices. While this can motivate growth, it often becomes a trap, tethering our happiness to the unpredictable opinions of others. Consider how often we adjust our behavior, not because it aligns with our values, but to avoid judgment or gain acceptance. We hesitate to voice our true thoughts in meetings, choose careers to please others, or post curated versions of our lives online to impress people we hardly know. The Stoics recognize this as a dangerous surrender of personal autonomy. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, grappled with this himself, writing in Meditations, "It never ceases to amaze me. We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinion than our own. Why letting go matters. When we place our worth in the hands of others, we give them control over our emotions and decisions. A single criticism can shatter our confidence, while fleeting praise can create a hollow sense of pride. By seeking external validation, we lose sight of our internal compass, allowing external forces to dictate our path. Stoicism teaches that freedom comes from within. When we shift our focus from external opinions to internal values, we reclaim the power to define our own lives. This doesn't mean disregarding others entirely, but recognizing that their opinions are reflections of their perspectives, not absolute truths. Practical Stoic strategies to release external validation. The Stoics offer timeless practices to help us detach from the need for approval and live authentically. Focus on what you can control. Epictetus emphasized the importance of distinguishing between what is within our control and what isn't. Others' opinions fall firmly in the latter category. Instead of trying to manage how people perceive you, focus on living according to your principles. Set your own standards. Define what success and integrity mean to you. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." By setting personal benchmarks, you can measure progress by your own standards rather than others' shifting expectations. Practice self-affirmation. Regularly reflect on your strengths and values, acknowledge your efforts and growth even if they go unnoticed by others. This builds a solid foundation of self-respect. Reframe criticism. When faced with criticism, instead of reacting defensively, consider it as feedback. If it aligns with your values, use it for growth. If it doesn't, let it go without internalizing it. Limit social comparisons. Social media can amplify the need for validation. Be mindful of how much time you spend comparing your life to curated versions of others. Focus on your own journey. Reclaiming inner peace. Letting go of external validation doesn't mean becoming indifferent or arrogant. It's about recognizing that your worth is inherent and not contingent on others' opinions. When you detach from the need for approval, you free yourself from the emotional rollercoaster of praise and criticism. Zeno of Citium, the founder of Stoicism, likened life to a banquet. If you focus solely on what others are eating, you'll miss the opportunity to savor what's on your own plate. Similarly, if you're consumed by others' perceptions, you'll overlook the richness of your own life. Pause for a moment and ask yourself, whose approval are you chasing? What decisions have you made to satisfy others at the expense of your own happiness? The Stoics remind us that the answer to fulfillment is not found in others' applause, but in living a life true to our values. Imagine the freedom of no longer being bound by others' opinions. Picture yourself making choices based on what truly matters to you, not what you think will earn approval. This is the freedom Stoicism offers, a life where your worth is defined by your character, not the shifting winds of external judgment. As you embrace this practice, you may find that the more you live authentically, the less you crave validation. People will respect your integrity, even if they don't always agree with your choices. More importantly, you'll respect yourself, and that is the foundation of true peace. In the end, the Stoics remind us of a powerful truth. No one else's opinion can take away the value of a life well lived. The only validation you need is your own. Let that be enough. Secret 5. Practice self-compassion, the Stoic path to inner strength and growth. In the relentless pursuit of success and self-improvement, we often become our harshest critics. We berate ourselves for mistakes, dwell on failures, and compare our progress to others. Yet, the Stoics, known for their wisdom and resilience, remind us that true strength is not born from self-punishment, but from self-compassion. This ancient philosophy teaches us that kindness toward ourselves is not a sign of weakness, but a foundation for growth, resilience, and inner peace. Epictetus, the Stoic philosopher who turned personal hardship into timeless wisdom, offers us this counsel. If you wish to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. This isn't a call to revel in ignorance, but an invitation to embrace our imperfections without judgment, knowing that growth comes through patience and practice, not self-condemnation. The Stoic case for self-compassion. At first glance, Stoicism may seem like a philosophy of unyielding discipline and emotional control, but a closer look reveals a deeply compassionate ethos. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, often reminded himself to treat others with patience and understanding, yet he also applied this principle inwardly. He wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This power over the mind includes how we speak to ourselves. The Stoics understood that just as harshness toward others creates discord, so too does harshness toward oneself breed insecurity and self-doubt. By practicing self-compassion, we cultivate the clarity and confidence needed to navigate life's challenges with grace. Why self-compassion matters. Self-compassion is not about excusing laziness or avoiding accountability. It's about recognizing that we're human, fallible, and constantly learning. When we approach ourselves with kindness, we create a space for growth and resilience. Consider this. When a child stumbles while learning to walk, we don't scold them. Instead, we encourage them to try again, knowing that their falls are a natural part of the process. Yet, as adults, we often fail to extend the same grace to ourselves. The Stoics remind us that progress is a journey, not a destination. Mistakes are not failures but opportunities to learn and improve. By treating ourselves with compassion, we become more resilient, better equipped to face challenges, and more likely to persevere. Practical Stoic strategies for self-compassion. The wisdom of the Stoics provides actionable steps to cultivate self-compassion in daily life. Reframe mistakes as lessons. Epictetus advised us to view every setback as a teacher. Instead of berating yourself for a misstep, ask, "What can I learn from this?" This shift in perspective transforms failures into stepping stones for growth. Speak to yourself as a friend. Imagine a close friend confides in you about a mistake. Would you criticize them harshly, or would you offer support and encouragement? Apply the same kindness to your inner dialogue. Reflect without judgment. At the end of each day, reflect on your actions with honesty, but without harshness. Marcus Aurelius often reviewed his thoughts and behavior, not to chastise himself, but to realign with his values. Embrace the present moment. The Stoics taught that we cannot change the past or control the future, but we have the present. When you feel overwhelmed by regret or worry, ground yourself in the now and focus on what you can do today. Celebrate small wins. Acknowledge your efforts and progress, no matter how small. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself to find joy in small victories, for they are the building blocks of larger achievements. Self-compassion and resilience. Life is filled with challenges, and how we respond to them shapes our character. Self-compassion doesn't mean avoiding these challenges, but facing them with a steady heart. Zeno of Citium, the founder of Stoicism, taught that adversity is not something to be feared, but embraced as a catalyst for growth. When we approach difficulties with self-compassion, we build resilience. We no longer view setbacks as insurmountable failures, but as opportunities to strengthen our resolve. This mindset empowers us to persist, even in the face of adversity. The freedom of self-compassion. Releasing the need for perfection is liberating. The Stoics remind us that our worth is not defined by flawless achievements, but by our commitment to growth and integrity. When we practice self-compassion, we free ourselves from the burden of self-judgment and create space for meaningful progress. Marcus Aurelius' wisdom offers a guiding light. Don't waste time worrying about what others think. Focus on being true to yourself. Self-compassion allows us to live authentically, unshaken by the need to meet external expectations. Take a moment to consider. How do you speak to yourself in moments of difficulty? Are you your harshest critic or your most steadfast ally? The Stoics invite us to approach ourselves with the same patience and kindness we extend to others. In doing so, we cultivate not only self-compassion, but also the inner strength to face life's challenges with courage and grace. Embrace the practice of self-compassion and watch as it transforms not only your relationship with yourself, but also your ability to thrive in a complex and ever-changing world. As the Stoics remind us, the journey toward wisdom and resilience begins with the way we treat ourselves. Let that journey start today. Secret 6. Let go of unmet expectations. A Stoic journey to freedom life often unfolds in ways we don't anticipate. A long-planned project might fall through, a friend might let us down, or a dream we cherished for years may remain out of reach. These unmet expectations can weigh heavily on us, filling our minds with regret, frustration, and even bitterness. But the Stoics, ever practical in their philosophy, offer us a powerful antidote: the art of letting go. Epictetus, the freed slave-turned philosopher, articulated this wisdom with precision. When something happens, the only thing in your power is your attitude toward it. You can either accept it or resent it. By releasing unmet expectations, we liberate ourselves from the unnecessary burden of disappointment and create space for clarity, peace, and resilience. The burden of expectations. Expectations, whether placed upon ourselves, others, or the world, often feel like promises. When life doesn't deliver, it can leave us disoriented and dissatisfied. Think about a time you felt betrayed by an outcome. Was it the situation itself that caused the pain, or was it the gap between what you expected and what reality delivered? Marcus Aurelius, writing to himself in Meditations, recognized this trap. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. It's not the external world that causes us distress, but the narratives we construct about how things should be. Why letting go matters. Holding on to unmet expectations is like clinging to a rope that burns your hands. The tighter your grip, the more pain you endure. By learning to let go, we transform disappointment into growth and bitterness into understanding. This doesn't mean abandoning ambition or settling for less. Instead, it's about shifting our focus from rigid outcomes to adaptive responses. Zeno of Citium, the founder of Stoicism, taught that peace comes from aligning our desires with reality. When we accept the world as it is, rather than as we wish it to be, we reclaim our power to act wisely and effectively. Practical Stoic strategies to release expectations. Letting go of unmet expectations is a practice that requires intention and patience. The Stoics provide us with tools to navigate this path. Practice negative visualization. The Stoics often prepared for life's uncertainties by imagining potential setbacks. This exercise, known as premeditatio malorum, helps reduce the shock of disappointment. If you anticipate that a meeting may not go as planned or a trip may face delays, you're better equipped to handle the outcome with equanimity. Separate what you can and cannot control. Epictetus emphasized the importance of this distinction. Your actions, decisions, and mindset are within your control. The behavior of others or external circumstances are not. By focusing on your efforts rather than outcomes, you minimize frustration. Reframe setbacks as opportunities. Marcus Aurelius urged himself to view obstacles as paths to growth. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. When expectations aren't met, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can this experience strengthen me? Cultivate gratitude for what is. Instead of fixating on what you didn't receive, shift your focus to what you have. Gratitude fosters contentment and reduces the sting of disappointment. Develop flexibility in your desires. The Stoics teach us to approach life's uncertainties with adaptability. Like a river flowing around a rock, we can adjust to circumstances without losing momentum. The freedom of acceptance. Releasing unmet expectations doesn't mean we give up on our dreams or lower our standards. Instead, it liberates us to pursue our goals with greater clarity and resilience. When we let go of the need for things to turn out a specific way, we become more open to possibilities and better equipped to handle challenges. This mindset also transforms relationships. When we stop expecting others to meet our unspoken needs, we approach them with greater understanding and compassion. As Marcus Aurelius observed, if someone can prove me wrong and show me my mistake, I will gladly change. I seek the truth, which never harmed anyone. By embracing reality, we strengthen our connections and foster mutual respect. Take a moment to examine your own life. What unmet expectations are you holding on to? Perhaps it's a career milestone you haven't reached, a relationship that didn't unfold as you hoped, or a personal goal that feels distant. Ask yourself, what would it feel like to let this go? How might I grow if I accepted things as they are? The Stoics remind us that true freedom comes not from controlling the world, but from mastering our responses to it. By letting go of unmet expectations, we align ourselves with reality, cultivating resilience and peace. Imagine a life where disappointment no longer has the power to derail you, a life where you face uncertainty with confidence and setbacks with grace. This is the gift of Stoicism, not a promise of perfection, but a path to inner strength and tranquility. Letting go is not an act of surrender, but a courageous step toward embracing the fullness of life. As the Stoics teach us, the journey to wisdom begins with the willingness to release what no longer serves us and to embrace what truly matters. Secret 7. Build an inner sanctuary, the Stoic path to unshakable peace. In a world teeming with chaos and noise, it's easy to feel as though peace is a distant, elusive concept. We chase external comforts, money, status, and approval, believing they will shield us from life's storms. Yet, the Stoics knew a truth that remains timeless. True peace cannot be found outside ourselves. Instead, it must be cultivated within, in the form of an inner sanctuary, a place of stillness and resilience that no external force can disturb. Marcus Aurelius, writing in his Meditations, captured this idea with profound simplicity. Nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul. These words remind us that the ultimate refuge lies not in physical spaces or material possessions, but in our own minds. The sanctuary we seek is already within us, waiting to be built. Why an inner sanctuary matters. Life is unpredictable. Relationships can falter, careers can shift, and circumstances can change in an instant. Without an inner sanctuary, we are left vulnerable, at the mercy of these external fluctuations. But when we cultivate a strong inner foundation, we create a space of calm that anchors us, regardless of what life throws our way. Epictetus emphasized this in his teachings, urging us to focus on what lies within our control. "No man is free who is not master of himself," he declared. By mastering our inner world, we free ourselves from the tyranny of external events, finding strength and peace that cannot be shaken. What does an inner sanctuary look like? An inner sanctuary is not a physical place, but a state of mind, a mental and emotional refuge where we can retreat in times of stress, fear, or uncertainty. It is built on a foundation of clarity, self-awareness, and intentionality. Within this sanctuary, we can pause, reflect, and respond to life's challenges with wisdom and grace. Imagine a storm raging outside, but within you, there is calm, a place where your thoughts are clear, your emotions are steady, and your sense of purpose remains intact. This is the essence of the Stoic inner sanctuary, an unbreakable core that guides you through life's storms. How to build your inner sanctuary? Creating an inner sanctuary requires intentional practice. The Stoics provide us with practical steps to nurture this inner peace. Practice mindfulness and presence. The Stoics valued living in the present moment, free from the regrets of the past and anxieties of the future. Marcus Aurelius advised, "Confine yourself to the present." By focusing on what is happening here and now, you begin to build a space of calm within yourself. Engage in daily reflection. At the end of each day, take time to reflect on your actions and thoughts. Did you live in alignment with your values? Were your responses guided by wisdom, or were they reactive? This practice helps you refine your inner world. Cultivate silence. In today's noisy world, silence is a powerful tool for grounding yourself. Set aside moments of stillness each day to connect with your thoughts and emotions without distraction. Focus on what you can control. Epictetus taught that much of life is beyond our control, but our reactions are always ours to command. By focusing on your responses rather than external circumstances, you strengthen the walls of your sanctuary. Nurture gratitude. Gratitude shifts your focus from what is lacking to what you already have. This simple practice creates a sense of abundance and tranquility within, even amid adversity. The benefits of an inner sanctuary. When you cultivate an inner sanctuary, you become more resilient. Challenges that once felt overwhelming are met with calm determination. Relationships improve because you're no longer dependent on others for validation or stability. Most importantly, you experience a profound sense of freedom. The knowledge that your peace is not dictated by external forces, but by the strength of your inner world. Zeno of Citium, the founder of Stoicism, likened life to a journey across the seas. While you cannot control the winds or the waves, you can control how you steer your ship. Your inner sanctuary is the steady helm that keeps you on course. So ask yourself, where do you go when life becomes overwhelming? Is it a physical place, or have you cultivated an internal refuge? The Stoics invite us to build a sanctuary within, a place of unshakable peace that we carry with us wherever we go. Take a moment to visualize your inner sanctuary. What does it look like? Is it a place of stillness and strength, or is it cluttered with distractions and fears? Begin the process of clearing that space, filling it with practices that nourish your soul and strengthen your resolve. The journey to building an inner sanctuary is not an overnight transformation, but a lifelong practice. Each moment of mindfulness, each act of gratitude, and each reflection on your actions adds another brick to this foundation. Imagine the freedom of carrying your sanctuary with you, of knowing that no matter how chaotic the world becomes, you have a place of calm and clarity within. This is the gift of Stoicism, the power to create peace, not by controlling the world, but by mastering yourself. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Look within. Within is the fountain of good, and it will ever bubble up if you will ever dig." Begin digging today, and watch as your inner sanctuary becomes the greatest refuge you've ever known. You've now discovered 7 powerful secrets from the wisdom of Stoicism. Principles that can transform how you navigate life's challenges and embrace its opportunities. But this is just the beginning. The path to a more resilient, meaningful life lies in uncovering all 15 secrets of Stoic philosophy. To unlock the remaining insights that can bring clarity, strength, and peace into your everyday life, make sure to watch the next video in this series. Each secret is a stepping stone toward the freedom and fulfillment you've been searching for. If these ideas have resonated with you, we invite you to subscribe to our channel for more timeless wisdom and practical guidance. Don't forget to leave a comment below. Tell us which secret inspired you the most, or how Stoicism has impacted your perspective. Are you ready to take the next step on your journey to self-mastery? Let's continue exploring the transformative power of Stoicism together. See you in the next video.